In the harsh winter of 1840, a man named Dr. Samuel Whittmore left his home in Richmond, Virginia. His mission was a personal one, to find his younger brother, Thomas, who had disappeared somewhere deep in the vast Appalachian Mountains. This journey, born from a brother's fear and love, would slowly unravel into something far darker. Its echoes would linger for over a century, not in history books, but in court records, local rumors, and fearful whispers. Samuel knew this was no wild story. His brother was a real man, lost on a journey through the mountain passes. Not a single letter had ever arrived. With a cautious local guide, Jacob Stern, Samuel traced the last known route, a path outsiders rarely used. As they ventured further, the world around them began to change. The forest grew unnaturally quiet. Fresh snow muffled every footstep and sound. There were no birds, no rustling of animals. It was a silence so deep, it felt deliberate, as if even the wind chose to avoid this place. On February the 9th, they discovered the first real signs. In the deep, untouched snow, they found fresh wheel tracks, perfectly spaced and leading forward. It was strange, as there were no footprints alongside them. Then, they began to notice the trees. Symbols were carved into the bark. They were strange shapes, repeating over and over, less like messages and more like marks for a private ritual. They were not there to warn visitors away. They felt like declarations of ownership. The path ended in a clearing, and there it stood. A large, irregular house, built in a way that made it seem not constructed, but grown from the forest itself. Its shape was wrong, with sections that had no windows. A heavy, watchful silence hung over it. This was the known stronghold of the Harlow clan, a family said to have lived there for generations, completely severed from the outside world and its rules. What Samuel encountered was not mere poverty or backwardness. It was a system of extreme belief, hardened by decades of total isolation into a closed and rigid way of life. The Harlow family lived by a self-made creed that rejected outside law, modern medicine, and common morality. In this place, the order of society was replaced by a strict family hierarchy. Personal conscience was replaced by absolute obedience to the clan's will. Their long solitude had twisted belief into total control, and that control had taken a dangerous and absolute form. Later, fragments of records would point to other disappearances linked to that remote estate, lonely travelers, passing traders, and, of course, Samuel's own brother, Thomas. Yet, a proper investigation never managed to penetrate the walls of that house. The mountains themselves seemed to protect its secrets. By the time authorities paid serious attention, years later, the house was abandoned. The inhabitants were gone, leaving behind only fragments, broken objects, confusing testimonies, and that same enduring, heavy silence. This story resurfaced in 1976 in an academic research paper. It disturbed readers not for its sensational horror, but for its profound meaning. It served as a chilling case study, showing how isolation, when fused with absolute power and unchecked belief, can quietly dissolve the very boundaries of humanity. The Harlow clan is not remembered as fairy tale monsters. They are remembered as a stark warning, a reminder of what can happen when a community turns entirely inward for too long, when it creates its own truth, and when there's finally no one left inside or out who can stand up and say no. Some dates fade from memory because they are forgotten. And some are buried deliberately because they are too terrifying to remember. And the mountains, as they always have, continue to keep their deepest secrets.